Once upon a time there lived a stonecutter who went every day to a great rock in the side of a big mountain to cut slabs for gravestones or for houses. He understood very well the kinds of stones he wanted for different purposes, and as he was a careful workman, he had plenty of customers. For a long time he was quite happy and contented, and asked for nothing better than what he had. Now, in the mountain dwelt a spirit, which now and then appeared to men, and helped them in many ways to become rich and prosperous. The stonecutter, however, had never seen the spirit, and only shook his head with an unbelieving air when anyone spoke of it. But a time was coming when he learned to change his opinion. One day the stonecutter carried a gravestone to the house of a rich man and saw all sorts of beautiful things, of which he had never even dreamed. Suddenly his daily work seemed to grow harder and heavier, and he said to himself, "Oh, if only I was a rich man and could sleep in a bed with silken curtains and golden tassels, how happy I should be." And a voice answered him, "Your wish is heard, a rich man you shall be." And at the sound of the voice, the stonecutter looked around but could see nobody. He thought it was all his fancy and picked up his tools and went home, for he did not feel inclined to do any more work that day. But when he reached the little house for which he lived, he stood with amazement, for instead of his wooden hut was a stately palace filled with splendid furniture, and most splendid of all was the bed, in every respect like the one he had envied. He was nearly beside himself with joy, and in his new life the old one was soon forgotten. It was now the beginning of summer, and each day the sun blazed more fiercely. One moment the heat was so great that the stonecutter could scarcely breathe, and he determined he would stop at home till the evening. He was rather dull, for he had never learned how to amuse himself, and was peeping through the closed blinds to see what was going on in the street when a little carriage passed by, drawn by servants dressed in blue and silver. In the carriage sat a prince, and over his head a golden umbrella was held to protect him from the sun's rays. "Oh, if only I was a prince," said the stonecutter to himself as the carriage vanished around the corner. "Oh, if only I was a prince and could go in such a carriage and have a golden umbrella held over me, how happy I should be." And the voice of the mountain spirit answered, "Your wish is heard, a prince you shall be." And a prince he was. Before his carriage rode one company of men, and another behind it. Servants dressed in scarlet and gold bore along him. The coveted umbrella was held over his head, and everything his heart could desire was his. But yet it was not enough. He looked round till for something to wish for, and when he saw that in spite of the water he poured on his grass, the rays of sun scorched it, and in spite of the umbrella held over his head, each day his face grew browner and browner. He cried in anger, "The sun is mightier than I. Oh, if only I were the sun!" And the mountain spirit answered, "Your wish is heard, the sun you shall be." And the sun he was. He felt himself proud in his power. He shot his beams above and below, on earth and in heaven. He burnt up the grass in the fields, and scorched the faces of princesses as well as poorer folk. But in a short time he grew tired of his might, for there seemed nothing left for him to do. Discontent once more filled his soul, and when a cloud covered his face and hid the earth from him, he cried in his anger, Does the cloud hold captive my rays, and is mightier than I? Oh, that I were a cloud, and mightier than any." And the mountain spirit answered, "Your wish is heard, a cloud you shall be." And a cloud he was, and he lay between the sun and the earth. He caught the sun's beams and held them, and to his joy the earth grew green again, and the flowers blossomed. But that was not enough for him, and for days and weeks he poured forth rain until the rivers overflowed their banks, and the crops of rice stood in water. Towns and villages were destroyed by the power of the rain, only till the great rock on the mountainside remained unmoved. The cloud was amazed by the sight and cried in wonder, "Is the rock then mightier than I? Oh, if only I were the rock!" And the mountain spirit answered, "Your wish is heard, the rock you shall be." And the rock he was, and gloried in his power. Proudly he stood, that neither the heat nor the sun nor the rain could move him. "This is better than all," he said to himself. But one day he heard a strange noise at his feet, and when he looked down to see what it could be, he saw a stonecutter driving tools into the surface. And even while he took, a trembling feeling ran all through him, and a great block broke off and fell upon the ground. And then he cried in his wrath, "Is a mere child of earth mightier than a rock? Oh, if only I were a man!" And the mountain spirit answered, "Your wish is heard, a man once more you shall be." And a man he was. In the sweat of his brow he toiled again at his trade of stone cutting. His bed was hard and his food scanty, but he had learned to be satisfied with it, and did not long to be something or somebody else. And as he never asked for things he had not got, or desired to be greater and mightier than other people, he was happy at last, and heard the voice of the mountain spirit no longer. I kind of loved that.
Wait, it finished?
Yeah,
I liked it.
Here's the picture. The stonecutter becomes himself once more. I liked that
I
one.
like that one. Wait, read the very end again.
And a man he was, and in the sweat of his brow was toiled again by the trade of stone cutting. His bed was hard and his food scanty, but he had learned to be satisfied with it, and did not long to be something or somebody else. And as he never asked for things he had not got, or desired to be greater and mightier than other people, he was happy at last, and heard the voice of the mountain spirit no longer.
Yeah.
Good moral of that one.
Exactly.
Ugh, I love
You
this.
took a bagel and didn't get any of this?
No, I haven't. I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Okay, Anna, surprise!
Oh my god! I missed
This is really beautiful. I got that at the Salvation Army in.
I'm worried people are gonna think that my shoes are for
Oh yes, and I will be taking this too.
Jen and pure. She side-eyed me. Alright, and that's Snout.
Gabbana.
They're really cunty and slutty and cute. I have really good underwear.
I'm trying to decide what I should do for my reunion hair, because I got my dress. The reunion's next week, and I'm nervous for the reunion because doing this once before, it just makes...
On my black shirt options is what I'm noticing. This needs to be washed. I also have white shirt options. I can also borrow, like... Oh. It's kind of like my...
It's cute.
I also have this. This one's really booby. Maybe you could give me your opinion.
I thought my face did that.
So you're thinking no on that one?
Yeah.
Underwear, and I have one pair of socks.
I don't. I'm not like a. I feel bad about it.
You don't know music?
Like I feel like I need to know more, or like I should know more. Like the name. Is that you? Well, like a bit more settled. I can't get it steamy.
Again.
It's like the sun. Neutral, not warm, not.
It doesn't need to be so black and white in that way.
Dude, I know that. It's not. None of these are the truth. I could even appreciate this, okay? Maybe it's like a male brain. He talks about it. He talks about how. I don't know. This is really. Oh my god. Wait, why is it so bad?
Maybe it's dirty.
Oh, I think you're not even that bad.
But I also think it's good for her to like be.
I struggle with that decision every day.
Every day.